So you've probably seen them too, right? These online videos just everywhere, promising you can make it big on YouTube, like instantly. Simple tricks for massive success.
Oh yeah, definitely. Make millions overnight with this one weird tip. It's hard to miss. And you always kind of wonder, is there anything to it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we got curious. We took transcripts from some of these YouTubers, the ones claiming they've cracked it coming, and fed them into NotebookLM to analyze.
Okay.
And, well, let's just say our skepticism levels were pretty high going in.
I bet.
Today, we're going to dive into what they actually advise, looking really closely at their strategies for, getting views, making money, building that audience they talk about.
Right. Sorting the hype from potentially useful tactics, because there's this constant tension, isn't there, between the dream they sell easy riches and the actual work involved in building something online.
Totally. We need to look critically at the actual steps they suggest.
Okay, so where do we start? Who's first up?
Let's kick off with someone called Jim Shirley. He makes this really bold claim right off the bat. Says the idea you need a big audience first to make money online.
Yeah.
He calls it the biggest lie in digital marketing.
Wow, okay, strong words. So what's his alternative then?
His angle is monetization before the audience. He talks about creating digital products like guides or simple software, and then listing them on platforms like Warrior Plus or JVZoo.
Ah, the affiliate network.
Yeah, exactly. Platforms where affiliates are already looking for products to promote. So you're tapping into their audiences, basically. A ready-made sales force, kind of.
That's interesting. It flips the usual advice on its head, doesn't it? Normally it's build audience, then sell something.
Right. He gives an example. Creating a simple PDF guide about publishing on Amazon. Nothing too complex.
Okay.
Then, and this is key, he offered affiliates a massive cut, like 75% of the profit.
75%? Wow, that's generous. Or desperate, maybe.
Well, his reasoning was that the main goal wasn't immediate profit for himself, but driving sales to build a buyer list, people who've actually spent money.
Ah, okay. So the high commission gets affiliates on board, they make the sales, and he gets the customer data leveraged.
Precisely. He mentioned his first product only made him personally about $200 after paying out $400 to affiliates.
Which doesn't sound like much.
But he saw it as a win. First online sale, proof of concept, and crucially, building that valuable list. He apparently later partnered with a big affiliate marketer, which scaled things up.
So his core idea is really about using other people's reach to get started rather than grinding out organic growth yourself initially.
Seems like it.
Yeah.
Okay, let's shift gears. There's another YouTuber with a completely different strategy. Claims to have pulled in $1.2 million.
Sorry, how much?
$1.2 million in just 3 months of 2025. And get this, without using paid ads.
Okay, that sounds ambitious. How? What's the secret sauce there?
It revolves around this 6-step system, heavily focused on how their videos link together. Video interconnectivity, they call it.
Keeping people on their channel, essentially. Binge watching their stuff.
Yeah, exactly. They mentioned looking at views per hour as a really important metric. The whole system is designed to make viewers click from one video to the next.
All right, so what are the 6 steps, roughly?
Okay, so step 1, a strong intro. Grab attention. State the problem you're solving. Establish credibility fast.
Standard advice, but okay.
2, deliver a killer insight right after the intro. Give value immediately.
Makes sense. Hook 'em early.
3, calls to action. And not just at the end. They push for clicks to, say, an email list sign-up link very early, like within the first 90 seconds, and repeat it, often with text on screen.
Aggressive lead gen, then. Very conversion focused.
Totally. Step 4 is about making information feel new, even if the topic isn't revolutionary. Presentation matters.
Keep it fresh.
5, another reminder for the call to action towards the end.
Reinforce the message.
And 6, strategic end screens, guiding viewers very deliberately to another specific, engaging video on their channel, not just relying on YouTube suggestions.
So it's a really tightly controlled viewer journey they're trying to create, all about driving leads and sales directly from the videos, not just getting eyeballs.
Exactly. Much more direct response marketing, less about just brand building or ad revenue initially, it seems. A stark contrast to Jim Shirley's affiliate focus.
Yeah, very different paths. One leverages external networks, the other builds an internal conversion machine.
What about our third example?
Okay, third perspective is from someone named Noel. Claims to be a multimillionaire now, multiple income streams, all stemming from YouTube. Even though he apparently started with a pretty small audience.
Another angle again? What's his core message?
Consistency. Just keep posting. And, like the second YouTuber, using clear calls to action, but specifically for lead generation in his case, he's in real estate.
So using YouTube as a lead funnel for an existing business. That makes sense.
Yeah, and he emphasizes this wasn't overnight. It's the long game. Consistent effort, even when the early videos weren't, perfect. Growth comes from just doing it regularly. That resonates. Perfectionism can definitely be paralyzing. So how did he diversify beyond just real estate leads?
Well, once the channel grew, he layered on other income streams. The usual suspects, like AdSense revenue, affiliate income he mentioned, promoting things like virtual office services relevant to his audience.
Okay, smart.
Selling his own products, like books, using Patreon for support, getting donations through YouTube's Super Thanks feature.
Right, stacking different monetization methods.
And interestingly, he even mentioned leveraging his YouTube presence and authority to help secure funding for his business ventures.
Wow, okay. So the YouTube channel became a central asset, driving leads, direct income, and influencing external business opportunities. That's quite integrated.
It really is. And his big message seems to be, don't wait for perfection, just start posting consistently, have a clear call to action, and the growth, the audience, the money, it follows from that sustained effort over time.
So 3 quite distinct models here. We've got Jim Furley product first, leverage affiliates, build a buyer list.
Right. Then the second YouTuber hyper-optimized video system, interconnectivity, relentless focus on immediate leads and sales.
And Noel, consistency above all, specific lead gen driving a core business, then diversifying income streams over the long haul.
It's pretty fascinating how different they are, yet all claim significant success. Jim, making thousands with supposedly no audience initially, using those digital products and affiliate networks like Warrior Plus.
Yeah, building the list via affiliates, then eventually selling his own stuff directly.
Then the $1.2 million in 3 months claim, purely from that 6-step video system, the strong intros, killer insights, early CTAs, keeping info fresh, final reminders, strategic end screens. All about leads, not just views.
A very systematic, conversion-driven approach.
And Noel, becoming a multimillionaire over time, starting with real estate leads from consistent posting, then adding ads, affiliate deals like those virtual offices, his books, Patreon, Super Thanks, even business funding, emphasizing the consistency trumps perfection.
It really highlights there's no single magic bullet, doesn't it? What works seems highly dependent on the person, the niche, the business model, maybe even luck playing a role too.
Absolutely. Which brings us back to that initial skepticism. Given these wildly different paths and frankly some pretty huge claims, it really forces you to think critically, Which of these, if any, actually feels achievable or aligns with your goals? Your skills, what resources do you realistically have?
Right. It's not about blindly copying one guru. It's about understanding the different potential strategies and seeing if elements resonate or could be adapted for your own situation.
Definitely worth digging deeper if one of these approaches genuinely sparks an idea for your own YouTube journey.
Which leads to maybe a final thought here. In this online world just saturated with promises of quick wins and easy formulas, perhaps the most crucial skill isn't finding the perfect strategy someone else used, but developing your own ability to critically evaluate all these claims and thoughtfully adapt ideas to fit your unique context. That critical filter is key.
Well said. That's definitely something to mull over.
Indeed.
The podcast title is Le Podcast de Philippe.
And hey, help us reach 1,000 subscribers today.